Fight commentary breakdowns here.
Hey!
And we have a viewer request. This is, well, I'll show you real quick. This guy is Kuvulda from TFC, Team Latvia. And this guy is, he's gone now, but he was Slavyanin. And so this is a fight between the two of them. And
where is this taking place?
I guess in Latvia, I assume. So Nikita is in Kuvulda's from Jelgava, and Juriy is from Riga.
Nice.
So, for the sake of fair use, I'll skip forward a little. Oh, look at that! It starts. The camera forgot to zoom in. Oh, let's do that again.
Pride.
Look at that! The camera forgot to zoom in.
Old school Pride days. Punch in right here.
And then it zooms in. So Kuvulda's on the left, Slavyanin's on the right.
All right.
Yeah. And as you can tell, Slavyanin that was a great sprawl.
Ooh, tagged on the way up.
Slavyanin's way bigger.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Big dude. I believe Slavyanin's 109 kilos.
Oh wow.
And at least 6'4". Kuvulda's probably about the same height, but much smaller.
He's got pretty good knee defense here. So what you want to do when you're in a clinch like that, and you want to protect against the knee strikes, you want to put your hand diagonally across and basically on their hip, essentially, so that if they do deliver a knee strike, it glances, it travels up diagonally instead of into your sternum.
Kuvulda's very, very good at the sprawls. Slavyanin has twice tried to take him down. He grabbed the ropes.
Illegal, yeah.
He definitely grabbed the ropes.
Oh, he's going for it. Looks like he was trying to attempt a guillotine here. Good head strike with the knee to the sternum again. Oh, I thought he was going to give him a yellow card or something.
Yeah.
What was this? What is this? Mouthpiece?
I think so. Something fell.
Maybe he dropped his mouthpiece.
Yeah, looks like
that's a tactic. Like if you're ever in trouble in a fight, it's a risky tactic because then you get your teeth knocked out.
Yeah, true.
It's interesting that the smaller guy is the one that does most of the stalking.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, the guy in the black shorts, he is very concerned about engaging in striking.
Yeah.
Maybe
he has an injury?
Maybe. He keeps on doing this looping lead hook. He's clearly attempting to try and get it to the ground. Ooh. Looks like he could knee while on the ground.
Oh,
wow!
Slavyanin
Great
did it.
wrestling.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry, Kuvulda.
Kuvulda's got really good Greco-Roman. I mean, he's got good hip control. Wow! Got the guillotine.
He just guillotined him.
Almost lifted him up off the ground with that guillotine.
Wow! The smaller guy won with more skill.
That was incredible. Wow! I mean, he literally lifted that giant man off the ground with a guillotine choke.
Shows how powerful the guillotine is if you do it right.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting is that, like, it looked more like it was on the trach as opposed to the blood choke. Or strangle, whatever you want to call it. But, wow, that was really impressive.
That was really very impressive. This is right here. This is a little close-up of the ground. So right here.
The back knee is an indicator of steroid use, by the way.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
So, if we can get a shot of the back knee right there.
I mean, it happens a lot when you're doing a lot of jiu-jitsu and everything, but, you know, ultimately, I would safe to say here that
Slavyanin's definitely roided up.
I mean, the guy's bulky as hell.
He's bulky, yeah.
I mean, he just goes for his guillotine. All right, so that's a good guillotine because you can see how he's getting his hips super far underneath.
Yeah.
So if you are caught in a guillotine, what you want to do is you want to create distance from the hips. You put your hands into their hips and push them away. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So the more close their hips are to your hips, the more in danger you are if you are in a guillotine. That's why you see when people are in like a mounted guillotine, they'll press their hips like into you as their tricep pushes down on the back of your head, forcing their forearm into your throat.
Interesting. So in this case, let's see, if I were Slavyanin, I would try to push his hips away.
Create distance.
So once I create distance, then it's my turn to try to get his hand off my neck, right?
Well, I mean, there's options. You can try and take it down to the ground. Once you create distance and you create a gap of air, you want to try and obviously, if you can, get out of the choke. So usually what that entails is taking it down to the ground. And what you want to do is you want to land in side control on the opposite side. So if you're, it looks like his head is trapped underneath his right arm. Yeah. So he would want to go to the side of his left arm.
This side.
Yeah.
So this is the safe side. I mean, there's no way you can go this way anyway. So like I think naturally the body will go here.
Typically what happens is if, in a guillotine, expert, he'll try and place his legs in such a way that you can't slide to the safe side.
Oh, so maybe like he would potentially
put his
hook.
left leg up. Yeah,
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, so interesting. So, I mean, we learned a lot of great lessons in this fight. The most important thing is just because you're small doesn't mean you can't use leverage to your advantage.
Yeah, everybody can be choked.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. And
but you can tell this is a really good guillotine for a couple reasons. one, he gets his hips way up underneath. And two, do you see how his tricep is pushing down on the back of the head? People forget this. What they try and do is they try and just squeeze.
They try and squeeze.
And that is not a guillotine. A guillotine is like, you can't see this motion, but the forearm is coming up as the tricep is going down. And so what that's doing is it's creating a vice grip. Do you see this?
I see.
Like that.
Oh, so there's this turning motion almost in your arm. Wow. So lots of great tips for if you ever get caught in a situation where you have to fight a big guy. And
I mean, clearly he was the more technical striker, so at least the big guy was afraid of his technical striking.
Exactly. It's also very. I didn't see this in the TFC fights, but Slavyanin definitely seems much slower than Kuvulda.
That we don't know what was going on before this fight. He does look very hesitant. But steroids. I try not to accuse this guy, but like it's pretty. It looks as though he's a steroid user, and steroids have a psychological effect in the opposite direction. Unfortunately, there's a moment where it gives you I mean, I'm not speaking from experience, but I'm just saying that from what I'm told, it gives a immediate sort of like sensation of advantage, excuse me. But then once the tide begins to turn, if the tide begins to turn, it turns very quickly because all of a sudden the facade is gone. And then there's a psychological effect of, oh wow, like even with this cheat, I'm not good enough.
I'm still like, this was a perfect example. Slavyanin tries to put him in a guillotine.
And when he picks him up immediately.
And Kuvulda just,
Yeah.
picks him up. Kuvulda's strong.
Yeah, he is.
And so,
he's a beast.
Like what you recommended earlier, Rob, Kuvulda takes it to the ground, and as he slams Slavyanin, he goes to the safe side. We can't really see that well. But see, he even slips out before. He doesn't even try to do like a Von Flue choke or anything like that. Wow. So, I'm just going to go back to the guillotine real quick. Maybe we can analyze what Slavyanin did wrong when he tried to apply the guillotine.
His hips went away.
That's what it was.
He accidentally let his hips go away from his opponent, and then it looks like he got a crotch, what they call a crotch lift.
Oh, right here.
So he's
right here.
He's getting first things first. He's the person that's in the guillotine has pushed his butt out, so he's created distance. He's not allowing himself to get guillotined. You can still get squeezed here, but he's doing the right thing, which is he's creating distance between the hips. Then he goes for the crotch lift, where he puts one arm underneath the leg and then the other one on the outside, and just lifts his opponent up, controlling the hips. And now he's safe. He's completely safe.
Wow.
Yeah, so he controls the hips. That's the answer.
Yeah, hips, man. It's all about the hips. Wow. This was a great fight, and we learned a lot of great lessons from analyzing and critiquing this fight. So, to the viewer that sent this to us, thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is Slavyanin, also known as Juriy Vishnevskiy. Forgive me for butchering my Latvian. And then that guy right there is Kuvulda, also known as Nikita Petrovs. So beast, man, he's a beast. I have much respect. I thought he was like the one on the team on Team Latvia who was kind of just like Yeah. But I guess not. Fight commentary breakdowns.
Hey.